And so are some random stories of the day. We got Vietnam wants love babies, and Taiwan's new toy fad. Let's get into it. Moving on to our last section of the day. Made in Taiwan, robots gear up to help beat coronavirus. Robots measure body temperatures, sterilize environment screens, and coronavirus, and remind people to wear masks. So Taiwan has been making new robots, as you can see here, and do different things. So here we go. Taipei, Taiwan. Taiwan gains attention worldwide for taking swift action to protect its citizens from the coronavirus, such as by asking 90 mask production lines within 3 months. The island's country's advancements in combining artificial intelligence with robots designed to contain the COVID-19 outbreak also deserve the spotlight. Temp checking robot ideal. Wow. To reduce the risk of frontline medical staff coronavirus, the Sakura group has improved its robots by enabling them to measure body temperatures and remind people to put on their mask. The machine's temperature scanners with sound alarm when the hospital visitors or employees with a fever above 37.5 Celsius pass by. The developed and manufactured in Taiwan, the temp taking robot can perform multiple tasks such as identifying and tracking faces, ticket printing, remote monitoring, video conferencing, and working as a tour guide. Wow, looks like it can do a lot. It kind of looks cute. The Taiwanese company, bacteria-killing ultraviolet light robots, is seeing a surge in demand. Abroad, the pandemic ranges from 254 UVC disinfection robot has patented rotating protective reflector that allows efficient sanitation of coronavirus-proven areas. Midland launched the robot in 2016 and is believed to be able to deactivate the DNA and RNA of coronavirus, including the novel coronavirus, in 5 minutes with a radius of 5 meters. The robot has already been shipped to several countries around the world, including Portugal, India, and Romania. And now, you might remember Singapore had something like this at the airports the other day. And Vietnam did some that disinfected and cleaned hospitals. So this isn't like they're the only ones that have robots. TCI Gene recently rolled out the world's first robotic virus scanner, in which can screen for the virus 7 times faster than the existing methods and with 99.9% accuracy. The robot was jointly developed by the company and the Ministry of Health and Welfare in merely 2 months on the back of several patented technologies from the Taiwanese companies. It can run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so needs no sleep. The TCI Gene said that the robot can carry out 900 tasks a day, meaning that it's just four of them can meet the nationwide demand of the virus testing. All right, so what do you think of having these new robots? Will they put people out of work? Will they save people? And what do you think robots will do next, whether it's in the medical field or a job that you work at or a job you're laid off from? Please leave your comments below. I'd really like to hear. This was an interesting article today. Now look at this beautiful young couple, young love as they call it. And this is from Vietnam. Vietnam wants to put couples in the mood for love and babies. You know, Vietnam is kind of interesting. And this also was in the Singapore newspaper, not the Vietnam newspaper. But this is interesting because, as you know, in many Asian countries, particularly like Korea, China, and Japan, they have such old population that there's no young generation to take their spots. So Vietnam has a two-baby policy right now, and therefore they want the women to marry younger and have more kids. So let's read what they're going to do to encourage it. And also, this is not the first country that has done this. I recall Ireland did this a few years ago, and there's the guy in Europe. He basically has encouraged women to have many babies, and they're having big families now. Orvon, somebody named Orvon's doing that. So Hanoi, Vietnam's Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc is nudging young people to tie the knot before they turn 30 and start having babies as officials worry about low fertility rates in some parts of the country. To get young people in the mood for love, Mr. Phuc is directing local authorities to offer dating clubs and marriage consultants, according to decisions posted on the government's website. The premier is encouraging women to have their second child before turning 35. So I guess right now many women have a child after 35 in Vietnam. The government wants young couples to get busy as the population ages. Vietnamese aged 15 to 64 account for 68% of the population. Wow, that's like 70%, according to a posting on the Ministry of Planning and Investment website in December. Those 65 and older represent the fastest growing segment according to the ministry. The age group represented 77% of the population last year, up from 6.4% from 2009. Wow, that's about 1.4% increase, according to the 2019 population census posted the general statistics. All right, so the government is also asking provincial authorities to put into place pilot projects to encourage couples to have two children, such as providing priority access to schools, financial support for education, and allowing for ownership of social housing according to the decision. I think housing is important. And I also think, in Vietnam, they only pay for elementary and middle school. High school is mandatory; their parents pay, and many kids also go to academies. I do think at least the government should pay for the high school, and before the high school, they should pay for an academy that might encourage it, or daycare. Conversely, local authorities should consider increasing the social contribution requirements to people who wait until they are older to get married, the decision said, without elaboration. Vietnam's population increased by 10.4 million between 2009 and 2019, the ministry said. Vietnam's population currently is about 98 million people, according to compiled data. Wow. So 98 million strong. We're about to hit 1 million. So what do you think? What would it take if you had a partner? Let's just say you had a partner. What would it take for you to feel stable enough, or for you to start having children? That's what I want to know. Because again, this is not the only country that's doing this. There's been a few countries that try to encourage it. Other countries just avoid the whole thing, and they rather just immigrants come in and you pay them to have the babies for you, while you enjoy your own solo life and many times go into debt or whatever. So yeah, what kind of package would you want that would encourage you to have children? And do you think it's something that the government should promote? Yes, no, and leave your comments, comment, subscribe below. Hi, the small clip you saw was brought to you by Loyal World News. If you like what you saw, you should subscribe and look up my daily Loyal World News report for its full version. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, prefer to be on the road, I also have a podcast in every full-length video I put up.